Hello everyone, welcome to your own channel. So I hope you all are doing well in your studies. So let's continue the same chapter constructor. Only one topic was left, that is constructor overloading. So we already have idea of method overloading, and what was that? In method overloading we use different methods with the same name but different parameter list. So same is with constructor overloading. So what is constructor overloading? It is a process to use a number of constructors with the same name. Obviously the name will be same because the constructor name is same with class name. So we can say it uses a number of constructors with different types of parameter list. So we use different constructors with different parameter of list, right? So let's see one example quickly. So let's understand constructor overloading with the help of one program. So I am taking the class rectangle, then I am declaring two instance variable int L and B, then rectangle constructor. Which type of constructor it is? Non-parameterized constructor. So we have declared L 10, B 20. One more constructor I will take, but with parameters, and parameter here I am taking int L1, int B1. L1 will be assigned into L and B1 will be assigned into B. So one is non-parameterized, and in this we have passed two parameters. So this is also constructor overloading. Constructor name same but with different parameter list. Here no parameter and here two parameter. Let's take one more constructor with different parameter list. Again rectangle, constructor name will be same. Then instead of int I am taking here double L1, or you can say L2 and double B2, right? Then we will assign L2 into L and B2 into B, right? So three constructor we have taken with different parameter. Let's take one method also, and the method name is void display area, and in this we will calculate area int area equals to L into B. Then we will display area system dot out dot println area equals to plus variable area, right? And then this method will be closed. Now we will make main function public static void main string args. Now we will create the object of rectangle. First object R1 equals to new rectangle. So as we already know, when we create the object it will invoke constructor. Which constructor? As we have not passed the parameters here, it will invoke the non-parameterized constructor, right? So it will invoke this. L will be 10, B will be assigned 20. Then we will invoke this method with the help of this object R1 dot display area, right? So L is 10, B is 20, 10 into 20, 200 will be displayed. Then we will create another object to invoke the another constructor with parameters. Rectangle R2 equals to new rectangle. Here we will pass, let it be 15 and 8, right? So as we have passed two integers, so automatically it will invoke this rectangle with two integers. And then in L and B 15 and 8 will be assigned, and same way we will invoke this method display area and to invoke the third constructor with double, we will pass two double parameter new rectangle and let it be 10.5 comma 5.5. So we have passed two double 10.5 comma 5.5, and same way we will invoke R3 dot display area. So this was the example of constructor overloading, main close, class close. So let's see this program in which the constructor and method both we have used. So what is the question? Design a class student described as below. Data members. So first data members are already given. What are data members? Name, age, M1, M2, M3, max, average. This is already mentioned in the question. Member methods are given. So member methods, first is a parameterized constructor to initialize the data member. So what we have to make? We have to make one parameterized constructor. For what purpose? To initialize the data members, right? Second, we will make, to accept the detail of a student, we will make one member method. All these are member method only. As we know, constructor is also a member method, right? So we have to make method which is used to accept the detail of a student. So if accept word is there, what does it mean? We are accepting from the user, right? So we will use the scanner class to accept the details of a student. Then in third, we will make another method to compute the average and the maximum out of 3 marks. So we will calculate we will make the another method compute. Not necessary that compute, okay, but it should be relevant. Name should be relevant. So if compute word is there, so I am taking here compute. Otherwise, you can take any relevant name, right? So compute, in compute method, what we will do? We will calculate the average of 3 marks and the maximum out of 3 marks. So we will calculate one by one. So now the next is, last method is to display the name, age and marks in 3 subjects, maximum marks and average mark. So we have to make one more method to display all this information. Then at the last we have to make the main method. So if it is asked to make the main method, then only we will make the main method. Main method to create an object of a class and call the above method. So I hope you have understood the question, right? So I have erased the other methods because of the lack of space. So we will make one by one. So first we will make the class. Okay, as we already know that in the second we have to use the scanner class. So first we import the scanner class. Import java.util.scanner or asterisk you can give, right? Then we will make class. What is class name? Student, already given, right? So class student. Then we will declare all data members or instance variables, right? So string name, age, int age, M1 marks of first subject, M2 marks of second, M3 marks of third subject. So already given, so we will not make any changes. So max and average also are the data members. So which data type shall I take? Double. So I will declare max and average with double, right? Okay. Now if average is given full spelling AVA, don't make it short, okay? Whatever is given, same we have to use that. Now the member method. So first is parameterized constructor we have to make. So student, and in this we will pass the variable. So int, for age I am taking AG. Here age is there and here I am passing AG, right? AG1 you can take. Then int M1 is there, so here I am taking MA, comma int MB, comma int MC, right? Max and average we will calculate, we will not pass that. So we will pass only these variables. So in student parameterized constructor, AG1, whatever we will pass in the main method, that will be assigned into AGE, instance variable, right? MA will be assigned into M1, MB will be assigned into M2, MC will be assigned into M3, right? And what about max and average? We will declare 0, we will initialize with 0.0, average also 0.0. So this is parameterized constructor. Now in the question, second member method was to accept the detail of a student, right? So first we will make the method void. So you can take any name. Here I am taking accept. You can take get data because nothing is mentioned, okay? So void accept, but again it should be relevant. So in accept, we have to accept the detail of a student from the user. So again we will take the scanner class, scanner obj equals to new scanner system dot in, right? Then SOPLN, in short form I am using, you will write full system dot out println, enter your name, enter your name, then name equals to, as we have taken name, that's why I am taking here name equals to obj dot next line. So we will use the next line method, right? Then next we will use SOPLN, enter your age. So as we have taken the age variable, so age equals to obj dot next int. Then so after age we have to input what? Marks of 3 subjects, enter marks of 3 subjects, right? Then M1 equals to obj dot next int. Same way M2 equals to obj dot next int. M3 equals to obj dot next int, right? So we have accepted the details of student from the user by using the scanner class, right? Now the next is, third method is to compute the average and maximum out of 3 subjects. So we will make another function compute, let it be compute void compute, and in this we will calculate the average and maximum out of 3 subjects. So what is average? How will you calculate average? Simple, M1 plus M2 plus M3 slash 3.0. And how will you calculate maximum out of 3 subjects marks? So as we know, in max method we pass the 2 arguments. So how will you use that? Max equals to math dot max, and in that we pass M1, 1 parameter, and the second again we will use the max method inside. Math dot max, we will pass M2 comma M3, right? This is outer bracket. So first it will be solved, math dot max M2 comma M3. So whatever is maximum, that will be returned. If it is M2, then math dot max M1 comma M2. So whatever is maximum in M1 and M2, that will be assigned into max, right? So this is the way to find out the maximum out of 3 subject marks. Then this was the method. Next method, as it is not written here, but if you remember, the method was to display the information. So directly here I am making void display, and in display simply we have to display the information. SOPLN with message you write better that that would be better. Name equals to name, SOPLN, age, right? Same way SOPLN, marks of 3 subject. First subject, here I am writing first subject equals to M1 SOPLN. Same way M2, second subject marks SOPLN M3, right? And then SOPLN average equals to variable name average we have taken, SOPLN maximum marks, message, and the variable max, right? So this was the 4 methods. So 4 methods we have made. First is parameterized constructor, that is student, in which we have passed these variables. Then second method, void accept, in which we have accepted the details of student from the user by using the scanner class. Void compute, we have computed the average and maximum marks, and in display we have displayed all. Fine. So it was asked in the question to design the these 4 methods, right? Now the last is to use the main method to invoke these methods. Now we will make main method. After this, display public static void main string args, right? First we will create the object of class student, student s equals to new student, and we will invoke the parameterized constructor. So if you remember, in the parameterized constructor we passed the parameters name, age, and marks of 3 subjects. So in the same sequence we will pass the information here. So name you can take any, like Rahul, first name, and then age we have taken 15, then marks of first subject 60, 70, 80. So in the same sequence we will pass the values, right? So it will invoke the parameterized constructor student. Then with this object we will invoke what? So after this, we invoking the parameterized constructor, we need to compute that, right? So s dot compute, and then s dot display. Fine. So whatever information we have passed here, that will be computed here in the compute method, and then it will be displayed. Then so as we have made the another method accept also, now we will create the object, another object s1, because with the same object you cannot invoke the parameterized constructor as well as the accept method. So which value will be assigned? Either this or accept. So with one object you will invoke the parameterized constructor, then compute, then display, and from the second object you will invoke the accept method, in which also student details were taken from the user. S1 dot accept method, right? And then same compute, and then display, right? So main close, class close. Program was lengthy, but it was so simple. I hope you have understood this. So let's see one more program. And what is the program? Design a class called time with the following description. So class name is time, already given, and the description is data members are given. What are these data members? HMS data members for time in hours, time in minute, and time in second. Then MIN. So MIN is also one variable. I will tell why we have taken this variable or why variable is given. Now the member methods. So first is time. So as the class name is also time, this is also time. So parameterized constructor is given. So I have written in short, but in the question paper it will be mentioned parameterized constructor to receive the values of hours, minutes and second, right? Then input. So one way we are using the parameterized constructor to receive the values of hours, time in minutes and time in second. Second way, we are using the input method to accept the time in hours, minutes, second from the user, right? And then we will compute. So what we will do in the compute, it will be mentioned what we will do, and we have to compute the equivalent time in minutes. For example, 3 hours, 20 minutes and 40 seconds we have entered. How will you calculate the equivalent minutes? So equivalent minutes will be 3 into 60, 1 hour equals to 60 minutes. This is already minute, 20 plus this is second. How will you convert into minutes? 40 by 60. So mathematically I am showing, and in Java we will use the 0.0. Okay. So this is the way to find out the equivalent minutes. Hours into 60 plus minutes plus second by 60, right? So in compute we will compute the equivalent minutes, and that equivalent minutes we will assign in MIN, right? And then we will display in this way: hours space, minutes space, second space. For space we will use the tab /t escape sequence, right? And then in next line we will display its values. I hope you have understood the question. And then we will use the main method to create the object and to invoke these methods. So one by one we will make it. So first we will start with the parameterized constructor time. Chaliye, let's start. So as we have to use the input method also, so for that we will use the scanner class, and we need to import that. So import java.util.scanner, right? And then class already given, time. Then data members we will declare int h, m, s and then minute. So we have declared data members or instance variables. Then we will make parameterized constructor xyz already given. So int x with data type. If it is not given the data type in the question, then you will use int x, int y, int z. So you will write your own, because it is mandatory to write data type int x, int y, int z, right? And then x value we will assign in h, hours. Y value we will assign in minute, and z value we will assign in second. And same way minute we will initialize with 0, right? So this is the parameterized constructor. And the second method was void input. Name was given input, so we have to take the input only. So again we will use the scanner class. Scanner obj equals to new scanner system dot in, right? Then sopln, enter time in hours, minutes, second. So in one message we have declared that enter time in hours, minutes and second. So we will take h equals to obj.nextInt, or you can say enter time in hours, then obj.nextInt assign into h, then enter time in minutes, then minutes, or you can write it together. M equals to obj.nextInt, s equals to obj.nextInt, right? So we have used the input method to accept these hours, minutes and second. Simple. Then we will write the compute method. Void compute. Compute was already given, so same method name we will take. So how will you compute that? So as we have to assign in minutes, equivalent minutes, so MIN equals to R into 60 plus minute as it is plus second slash 60.0. So this will be equivalent minutes and will be assigned into MIN, right? In next, we need to display the information. So format was already given, void display. So first we will declare or we will display the format system.out.println, and the format was rs, right, /t, then minutes /t, and then seconds /t, and one more was equivalent minutes, right? So we have declared the headings as tab, minutes, tab, seconds, tab, equivalent minutes, and in the next line we will display its value, system.out.println. So ask is h only, so as this is value, so we will give here double tab /t, otherwise it will not come under the heading. So 3 tab also can be given, I think, or you can check the arrangement. /t 2 tab I am giving here, then second again 2 tab, then minutes, after minutes now we will give the second, right, then again /t, then minutes to display the value. So we have displayed the values again by using tab, right? So 2 tab we have given here, and then display is closed. Now the last is main method. So public static void main string args. So first we will declare time t equals to new time. So we will invoke the parameterized constructor, this one. So hours, minutes, second. So I am giving here 2 hours, 20 minutes and 40 seconds, right? So it will invoke the parameterized constructor. Then we will invoke the compute, and then we will invoke the display, right? Display, this one. Same way we will take another object to invoke the which method? Input method. T1 dot input, T1 dot compute, and T1 dot display. So this is the way to use the constructor and member methods in your program. I hope you have understood this. So that's it in this video. Thanks for watching.